we are live for the very first comic book Marauders show, okay? Now, hey guys, thanks for showing up today. This is hopefully the first live stream that we do that becomes a series. Right here to my, the other way. Right here to this side is Madam Blaster. And then there's Master Blaster. But
hey, everybody.
Guys, introduce yourselves because there might be some people in this chat that somehow don't know who you two are.
Go ahead,
I think I know everybody in the chat, but if you don't, I'm Madam Blaster. I'm Master Blaster's wife, and I've continued watching him go down the deep, deep hole of comic book collecting, and here I am as a witness.
She said if she couldn't beat me, she'd join me, Matt. That's all I got to say about that.
You wrote that, actually.
Well,
you keep agreeing to it, okay? If you can't beat them, join them, all right? So, all right. Well, guys, this is going to be, like I said, our first live stream, and a lot of this is testing out the waters. We want to see how our signal works because I've tried to do a live stream before, super fuzzy, didn't really try it again. And we also want to make sure, get through all the technical glitches that we can, learn how to go back and forth. And hey, guys, get your heads together. I'm going to make you giant people.
Me and you, come on.
I'll go the other way. But, all right. So anyhow, this show, we want to talk about a subject. The subject is CGC private signings. Are they a good thing in the community? Are they a nuisance? Are they annoying? But that's going to be our topic. But before we do that, Matt, I saw a comment here. Matt always comes across as super fuzzy. Oh, wait, that's my buddy, Jackson Roykirk, okay? Of course I'm always fuzzy, okay? But not as fuzzy as you. Although I will ask for a favor. Can you guys let me know, am I fuzzy in the video here on the screen? We'll wait for somebody to comment on there.
Very clear where I can see it.
Okay. Now, here's a great guy, Philtastic, and he's saying hi to Tylox and Jackson.
What's up, Phil?
Brian, LCS. Now, Phil and Brian have great shows on Saturday morning. They are absolutely fun to watch. They are great live streamers, great members of the community. Oh,
the man has a beautiful robe, Matt. The man has a beautiful robe, and he knows how to work it.
Yes.
He does have a very nice robe right there. I finally got some a legit comment here. I don't know who this guy is. Doug Breton, correct? So Doug Breton says, I'm a little fuzzy, but not too distracting. And that's pretty good. Now, here's some more comments. Turbo Man Todd. Don't have too many Matt Woodses, Turbo Man. All right. Anachronic Comics. And there's Digger Jim in here somewhere. I don't see your comment. Guys, I'm learning how to adjust this comment thing. But there's our buddy Dave Breton. Here we go.
Hey, Dave.
Here's Digger Jim.
Digger.
Tylox the Mighty. Tylox the Mighty is such an awesome dude. I first met him on Spinetick's YouTube channel. He has the best mullet in all of YouTube land, okay? I am so super impressed with that mullet. I could grow one if I wanted to. Steve, could you grow one if you wanted to?
Yeah, I could.
If you didn't need to shave it off,
the Air Force wouldn't be on board with that, but
yeah, the Air Force would not be on there. I am a mad scientist, Mr. Seth. Okay, nice comment there. Oh, here's Matt. This is a great guy in the community right here. Comics by the Bay.
Hey,
nice guy. Oh, Randy, we're Snake. Okay.
Hey.
How you doing, Randy? Let's see if I can catch up.
Randy's OA he made for me there.
All right, I think I'm caught up on the chat. Hey guys, if I missed anybody, we'll get you eventually. Okay.
Oh, Tina wants to see the pitchfork, Matt.
Oh, Tina's here. Tina, we have a dirty pitchfork. If you look, It's all rusted up because, guys, pitchforks are used for work, and will I use this for work? And all I know here is if a stamp comes out tonight, this pitchfork is going to come out, and it's going to be used for violence, okay? So, thanks, Tina.
Matt, I brought a pitchfork too.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't just bring one now. I bring two.
Oh, dang. Okay. You're like electric. So he had size. You have pitchforks. And Trev. Oh, hey, Trev. Trev thinks you should have worn a bald cap.
Yeah, be a trio. Or let me borrow some of Madam's hair.
There's your mullet. Okay, right there. But so anyhow, Steve, and I'm not just saying this, I actually mean this. We talked before. There might be a shop owner, somebody that's in business to sell comic books that has more intimate knowledge about CGC signature slabs than you. There might be somebody who makes money doing this. But buddy, you are like the expert of, collecting and knowing about signatures. What do you think about CGC private signings? They're different than going to a comic show and meeting the creator. You're sending them down there, and Todd McFarlane does his little videos, but you don't get to meet him. So what's your thoughts on the private signings?
I mean, personally, I don't like waiting in lines. And I'm not going to be able to drag Stephanie to a convention and convince her that we're going to stand in this line for 2 or 3 hours to get a signature. All right. Now you're saying like, you don't like, it's not, if you do it that route, you do get FaceTime, right? So it isn't just about the signature at that point, but I just don't like waiting in line. So personally, and there's no extra value in the signature if it's like, this is a private signing or this was, that's not going to add any value. That's only going to add the experience to the individual. And that's great. If somebody wants to do that, I get it, but that's not for me.
Okay. So you don't mind them at all then?
I don't. I have never gone into a line and got a signature. So if there were not private signings or facilitators, obviously I'm buying books third hand on eBay, but I definitely have gone through the facilitation process. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't think it hurts anything, for sure.
Well, we have our good buddy, X11 Bravo, which if anyone doesn't know, that's infantry, okay, 11 Bravo. But he wrote, I would like to know more about signings. Never been to one, and this year we need to get Clayton Crane to put a red, white, and blue. He calls it his Infinity signature. He also has a Murder Infinity on that Venom 27 for our active Navy brother, JG Comics. Now, 11 Bravo, I actually met Clayton Crane summer of 2021. I'm glad I didn't take my wife to that signing. I did take my son, but I think we were good. But wait, is that too soon? Was that sorry, my bad. But
Madam is not allowed to DM Clayton Crane. So
no, my wife Kristen not allowed. Nope, not happening. But anyhow, the guy was a cool dude. I actually liked him. He does tours, and he'll stop around the country. There was a couple years ago in summer 2020, he did a signing in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and I missed it and that Altoona, Pennsylvania might be 40 minutes from where I live. Okay, I don't even think it's that far. But anyhow, I missed it because for the Air Force, they had sent me down to Mississippi, southern Mississippi, along the Gulf Coast. And he did a signing down in New Orleans that happened the week after I came back to Pennsylvania. So I missed the signing in Pennsylvania, and I missed the signing in New Orleans, just because I had to move back and forth. we're going to have to check his schedule because they have the tour, the Black Flag. Well, I don't know if he's with Black Flag anymore, so I can't promise that he's on tour. That's kind of one of the reasons I'm glad I didn't take my wife there. Yeah, Black Flag was the one sponsoring his tour, so we're going to have to look for that 11 Bravo. But anyhow, hide current comment. There we go. I'm starting to figure out this YouTube game out. The live chat. Yes, I saw Clayton Crane sign that signature right there that you're holding, and which is kind of leading into this. That was cool because I have that on video, and he's talking about that comic book cover that he drew, which he said is his favorite cover of all time, which is why I took it to him, because honestly, there are not that many of those copied, or forgive me, there's not that many of those signed by Clayton Crane. So it's a cool book. But I did enjoy that experience of meeting him. And I've taken some other books, or forgive me, I've sent some other books off to CGC, and I don't have any of them within reach. But there was a Jim Steranko one. I've never met Jim Steranko. In fact, I've never been to a true comic book convention. The great Anachronic Comics invited me to a show in Rhode Island. Thanks, Joe. But we went there. We had a good time. We got to meet and talk to Roy Thomas on, face to face. That was a cool experience. But I've sent books to CGC, and I've had Roy Thomas sign those books. But I feel like I've met Roy Thomas in a different, setting. So I don't feel like I'm cheating. The Jim Steranko one, did I ever tell you about my Stan Lee regret?
I don't remember it.
No.
Refresh my memory, Matt.
It's not like a story, like a big one, but I've told my wife for years. I mean, since we first got married, I said, I'd love to go to a comic book show, stand in line, meet Stan Lee, have him sign a comic book or something. And, the years go by and the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, God bless Stan Lee. I mean, he passed away in 2018. I never got to meet him, which is why I sent Hulk Annual #1, one of my favorite covers of all time. I sent that to a private signing down in CGC just to see, him, or just to have his signature on a book, because Jim Steranko isn't old, but he's not young either. Okay. I think he's in his 70s, and I just didn't want to, miss the boat on that one again. But so right now down there at CGC is Todd McFarlane. Okay. Now, Madam Blaster, you have a relationship with Todd McFarlane, and the fact that his books, his signatures take up real estate in your house. How do you feel about Todd McFarlane signed books?
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you what I know. Todd McFarlane signed this book badly because he put the T right in line with the I. You can't see it, so it looks like Odd McFarlane. If you look at
this book is on eBay right now and up for auction, honey. So let's say how great it. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway,
I might have to go on auctions and look for it.
I'm working on some sketches here, so I just like to say. I like to say that Todd likes to sign his stuff. I noticed. I was looking at his signature. He likes to sign his stuff like a 5th grade schoolgirl.
Whoa.
Like he really takes his time. He's not like doctor signing it. He is taking his time. He's putting the frills in, and he cares what the placement is. So I say that's great.
Oh wow! We went from insulting the man to.
That's not too far off, but
who's doing McFarlane like that? That takes some effort to do that.
That is correct, but
I have to say something. If Todd McFarlane is watching this, he hasn't signed 2 of the books that I have down in CGC. So, Todd, I'm not the one saying this. I think your signature's really darn artistic. I do kind of see the correlation of a 5th grade girl. Okay, definitely yes. But it's still a cool signature. Now, 2 comments that I have to address. Chuck Hensley, Christopher Priest used to go by the name of Jim Owsley. He wrote a storyline in Conan the Barbarian. Honestly, one of my favorite storylines in that entire 275 book run. Super great writer or author, where we go. But here's another one. How do I find this one? There's a super chat in here. Let's see where it is. I kind of lost it. Uh-oh. I have to acknowledge the super chat. Now, Scotty G. Okay, Scotty G is a super, super awesome human being. And Scotty, I got to celebrate you. That is the very first super chat this channel has ever received. So, Scotty, listen. Scotty sent me an AOK last year, honest to Pete. He sent me quite a few things. One of them was a ASM, I think number 6. It was a variant cover. I love it. It has Felicia Hardy, Black Cat, or forgive me, Black Cat, Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane Watson on the cover. Super dope. But he also sent me an old price guide from the 80s. I think that we've shown it on Anachronic Comics YouTube channel whenever we did the comic book crowd. So thank you very much, Scotty G. Much appreciated, buddy.
Matt Woods, everybody.
Oh, Matt Woods. It looks like we have several people who are having birthdays right now. Okay. Well, Madam wants me to drink to the Matt Woods.
Oh, it's fine, Mark. Right here, Mark Andrews. You know, a very young man right now. Are you 29 yet, Mark Andrews?
He's got another beautiful head of hair in the community there.
He does have a good head of hair, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I'm jelly.
Unlike this guy, 28. There it is. But yesterday was Joe from Anachronic Comics. That was his birthday. I think he turned 27, or my dyslexia got me. Also, oh, there you are. Joe, Joe is a handsome man, okay? I just want the internet to know Joe is a handsome man.
I
right
think
here.
Pretty Fly mistake this for Paul Newman. He's like, at first glance, I thought this was Paul Newman, but no, in fact, it was you, Joe. So
let's make sure that we all know and acknowledge that Joe is a very young man and that Doug is a very handsome man.
We heard about Doug being a handsome man. Doug Breton, right?
That's him. So, Matt, we were talking about, if I may, you have, so Todd's signature, so many books arrived. They broke it up over the holidays into 2 rounds. And my books were signed in round 1. And we showed off 3 in our last video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. And awesome. We have one to show tonight that is a magazine size McFarlane cover that's back, but you have at least 1 book in round 2 that hasn't even been signed yet. Is that right? 3 books?
I have 2 books there, and they're both pretty big grails. It's Spawn number 1, black and white cover. Now, that's a little known book. There's only about 100 of them graded 9.8s. That book was a 9.4, but I sent it to get pressed and regraded. It came back a 9.8. But that's a Todd McFarlane cover. I think it would be amazing if Todd puts a silver signature on it in his 5th grade girl style that he does. Okay. I hate to say it. I'll never be able to look at a Todd McFarlane signature the same way again.
Well, can you not see it now? I mean, come on.
No, it's ingrained in my head. It's a 5th grade girl. Yeah.
No,
they write the name over and over and over. Yeah, that's what Todd McFarlane's doing. So anyhow, I have that book, and then I have an ASM 300. That's the same thing. I actually bought that for relatively cheap almost 20 years ago as a 9.4. I sent it. In fact, it was Master Blaster. 2000. There's a story about you, Steve. 2019, we're on Reggie Collects on a Ready, Set, Go show, and we're talking in a chat. We're talking about Todd McFarlane's first in-house private signing at CGC, which was the original in-house private signing. And I was looking at this book, and I'm just learning about pressing and all this stuff. I looked at the slab, and I'm like, this book's got waves on the cover, but those corners were sharp. The spine had 0 Keller breaks. It was a good-looking book, but you could see the cover It's just like the paper was wavy. And so at the same time I sent that Spawn in, I sent that ASM 300 in. That came back a 9.8. So that was kind of, those are two big books for me that are down there right now. So you, Steve, you have a box. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, real quick, we're going to unveil what the magazine that came, and it was Comic Scenes #2. I don't know the grade. I don't know what she was reaching for. But it was graded. It was already a blue label 9.8. So I sent it in. So I'm doing, your book's bigger, but you're taking a 9.8 and you're hoping that you don't get a downgrade. I'm hoping for the full Todd. I want to make sure that people know that sometimes, and it's based on the real estate, I think.
He doesn't want this. He doesn't want the T dot.
You get the T dot McFarlane, but sometimes you want the
that looks good because of the spacing.
Yes.
You want the old double D McFarlane.
Right, you want the odd on top of the Todd, right?
Matt, can you make us big on the screen here?
We will do this.
Taking over, folks. All right. I haven't seen the grade. I'm going to cover up. Madam, show
them. You sent it off as what grade?
A 9.8. I just explained all that.
Okay, but honey, are you expecting it to be a 10 now?
I don't want it to go down in value. We've had this discussion. All right. Are you covering the grade?
No.
You're showing the camera already?
Yeah.
What?
No, I got the grade covered.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Right. Hold on. Mm-hmm. We got the full Todd, Matt. Everybody, we got the full Todd.
Full Todd, honey.
Full Todd.
The whole thing.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's see.
This was a 9.8, right?
It was a 9.8.
Was this a 9.8? Ooh.
Yeah.
It used to be.
All right, let's see it.
Now it's
a 9.8. Give me that. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy for you, but I'm not going to lie. I'm happy for myself too, because I want my two 9.8s coming back 9.8s.
Yeah.
Now, I talked to Doug Bratton about this comic book, and this came out. It has a preview of ASM 300. So here's McFarlane before the costume changes from black to the red and blue, and it's a cover. It's an iconic cover. It almost looks like 301. It almost looks like 300. It predates that. So I just love this magazine. It's really cool, and I can't be happier. So
Scotty G called Todd McFarlane lazy for not signing his whole signature sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Scotty G is awesome.
I'm going to stay on the good side of Mr. McFarlane, and we'll keep going from there.
Todd's just trying to get rid of that odd part.
Matt, I sent you a box. I feel like I'm taking over, but...
Uh-oh.
Well, hey, this isn't my show. This is our show. So, whoa.
Okay.
I don't want to show my address here, but yes. So, I have no idea what's in here, and I'm afraid.
Well... Can you please share with everyone, today's an important day of sorts for you? And that
is
there's
actually,
a little
today is 29 years. It's actually like 28. It's over 28 and a half. Okay. So I say 29, but 29 years in the military. I've served a long time. I served active duty Air Force. I was in the Air National Guard. I was in the, active duty Air Force to start. Army National Guard. I was in the Air Force National Guard. And then I was back in the Army Guard for another 8 years. And in my last 9 years, I've been in the Air Force Reserve. I've had a great career. I've had a lot of jobs. I've sailed to 7 seas. I've been to, it's like 35, 40 countries I've been to. Met some amazing people in the military, some of the greatest people ever. But I got to the point in my life where, you know what, it's time to hang it up and it's time to concentrate on my civilian career. So today is my retirement day from the military. And I say military because it's more than just Air Force. It's a lot.
All right. Well, let's charge our
That's the
glasses.
worst noisemaker ever.
Yeah. We got to charge our glasses, Matt. You need to open that box, make yourself big, and we'll go from there.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid of what's going to happen in here. So let's move you over. I'm not as good as Joe is at moving, going from screen to screen. But right here, I have no idea. I'm kind of worried, Steve, because you're known to be a little outlandish. Okay.
It'll be all right.
Ooh, I'm seeing an ACES bag.
It's a bomb tech, remember, says Mark Andrews. Just remember that.
Open it slowly.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'll just throw that on the floor. Check this out. A retired license plate holder. That's actually kind of cool, man.
You
I
earned
think
it.
I'm going to have to actually put that on the car. What is it? Oh, a retired lapel insignia or whatever. Not lapel insignia, but yeah. Oh, a challenge coin. I might have to make this a part of my wallet. Challenge coin. By the way, I have some challenge coins I got to send to you, Stevie.
All right.
Magnet for the car, a little decal. Dude, you're really hooking me up. Whoa, there's even more.
You're Matt Woods, man. Come on. You earned
Well,
it.
you're Master Blaster, okay? So
I
thank you. I'm actually
I want to see all
What's
that
that?
stuff in your car at once, Matt.
there's something you don't know about me. I cringe whenever I see bumper stickers and stuff like that on cars. It just like, why would you do that to a nice car? But I might have to. Whoa. I just flipped this around. This is missing a TODD.
That's on you, brother. That's on you, brother. But you got the newsstand.
Hey, you know something, though?
This is in really good shape.
I've been practicing if you like my signature on it.
You know what? That might be just as good, okay? I don't know. That might be cool. Do you think CGC would certify it?
Yeah, I just give me a day or two to practice.
Oh, there's more to this even. This box keeps on, like, more stuff keeps coming with it. And look at that.
So that's the original card when Madam first was like, if I hear Matt Woods again, I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is
Or
the one that
turn
you
it into
guys.
a drinking game, which we've done. So.
Yeah, so that we turned it into a
Check that
drinking
box.
game instead.
So wait, this is Matt Woods that was on the display stand behind you guys right now in so many videos.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. But this is the actual sign. This is pretty, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, it's pretty awesome. Okay, whenever you retire, I'm gonna have to show up to the ceremony. I don't know if I'm gonna wear my uniform, but I'll be down there at Luke or wherever you're gonna be.
Well, thanks for your service, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, same with you guys, but there's actually somebody else in the chat that Doug Bratton did a wonderful thing for a young lady. If you guys want to follow a really cool channel on Instagram, go check out Kylie Strong. And I wish I had done. I wish I had done a graphic, but you can look her up. Kylie Strong on Instagram. Anyhow, she's a young lady, battling an illness right now, and she just actually turned. Wait, is it today or tomorrow? She turned 7. Anyhow, she's just a young girl. I know her father very well, but Doug sent her an awesome AOK. He did a drawing of her, Wonder Woman, and Black Widow. Super dope. But Doug, whenever he sent that, he sent me something, which I have no idea why he did, but much appreciated. But he sent me this original art from one of his comic strips. Okay, this is Red
That's
Skull taking on
amazing.
the French captain. What's it say? Once again, Captain America found himself bailing out Captain France. Sacre bleu is what he's saying. Okay, so anyhow,
That's awesome.
not only he sent this, that's published original art because this is Doug's book, The Deranged Stalker's Journal of Pop Culture and Shock Therapy, which, guys, this book is freaking hilarious. But that original art that he sent is right here. Okay, so got myself a little published original art. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, Mr. Bratton. But
I have some Dave Bratton original art.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
behind us.
We
over
got
here.
Dave Bratton original art back here. So
Oh wow, it's not a competition, madam.
I'm just
Slow down.
saying.
And we're not picking sides.
We're not picking
between
brothers.
the
They're both-
Bretons.
They are both equally as
Yes.
good looking as each other.
the Breton boys are definitely good-looking boys. Okay.
Just don't tell me there's a third brother I don't know about, or we're in big trouble.
I'm gonna really go back and convolute some.
Oh my. X11 Bravo, awesome. He's going to send a package for Kylie.
Oh.
11 Bravo is an awesome human being. Okay, just he cares about the world and much appreciated.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So here's if anybody in the chat has any questions, go ahead and throw them out. We'll see if the three of us can answer some of them.
I did notice some people saying they have books there. So good luck on your getting your full Todd if that's what you want. Good luck. Matt, I'm curious, your books. So I sent my books in, they were already slabbed. And I just purchased the yellow CGC gigantic window box bags and just let it rip. I didn't have any instruction. Give me the full Todd, give me silver. Did you do any of that, or did you just do it like me?
In the past, I have given them specific windows where I want them to sign. This one, it's Todd McFarlane. Todd McFarlane makes his signatures artistic. I made my own bags. Now, I have no idea why you buy the CGC bags or, window bags. I just make my own, and I've called them before. I said, hey, I'm going to send a slab, but I want it to be signed in this window box. They said, oh, just tape that neck onto the slab and they'll put the book in the window bag. But this one, I just made the window, basically almost the entire book. So that's what I did with that. Yeah, I'm going to let Todd do his own.
Did you get them? They're going to get cleaned and pressed after?
Oh, I'm not going to send some to CGC and not have it cleaned and pressed. Whether I do it, somebody else does it, or, they do it.
Okay, good. I just wanted to I'm curious. All right. I see some questions.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews is a Breton, or what's it? Breton? Breton. He's a Breton brother. They're French.
Exactly. I think Mark Andrews wants to know, honey.
What do you want to answer?
He wants to know when your grease paint outfit's coming.
It's coming from China. Madam has seen that I have pressed purchase. So we're just gonna have to be patient.
Wait, silver paint coming from China?
Treading water.
Trev said we could wait. So if you have any issue with the expediting or having to wait, you're gonna have to take it up with Trev.
What, aren't you just gonna paint yourself in silver?
No, he got a costume.
Silver Surfer doesn't have a costume. He's just silver.
The whole painting part is where I'm really having it's causing me trauma. So
well, then you should have won. That's what the price of losing is. You got to pay a price. You lost. You even cheated.
No, time out. No.
Let's get the pitchforks out.
Lee Atkins.
You bought on stamps.
We can
you
consult
lost,
with Lee Atkins.
even though you cheated.
I never on camera agreed to what I was going to have to do, Matt. So I'm actually doing Madam a favor and not fighting this whole cosplay thing. She actually tried it again. What? And I'm like, I am not agreeing to this.
Yeah.
So.
And someone's asking if there's going to be a
I feel
surfboard,
like-
and yes, there's going to be a surfboard. We got a
See,
great
there
There
she
idea.
has
goes.
to be a
She's writing
surfboard,
checks
okay?
that- She's writing checks that I have to cash. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Doug Breton has a good idea. If you don't want to paint yourself, tinfoil, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a
Yeah.
question from Steve.
Oh, great. He's asking, how many of the Stanley signatures do I still need? So I have 58. So I need 42 books. And Madam created a nice list. It's a little too far for me to reach for, but I'm over halfway there. But I can tell you that those books have dried up. Normally, right after the holidays, I notice a decent amount come on the market because people want to recoup funds, pay the credit card bill down, whatever. And I'm a little surprised that I'm not seeing that right this second, especially because of the conditions of the market right now. So that might just mean it's going to take longer than I expected to get all 100.
Mark Andrews cracks me up. This comment. Buddy Epstein actually almost died on the set of Wizard of Oz. He had a reaction to the silver paint, but he thinks it's way overblown. So you need to paint up with silver, okay?
No, I'm the breadwinner around
Just-
here. We cannot risk me
Just
dying.
the face, right? Just the face. I think is acceptable.
Could you imagine me dying doing Silver Surfer cosplay?
Oh,
I mean-
don't go there. We feel horrible.
It's all right, baby. Your life insurance up enough. It's all right.
Yeah, you have good life insurance, okay? You're all right.
And I think Dave Bratton from the French Bratton brothers said something
The
funny.
Bretons.
The Bretons tonight.
What was that, hon?
Sorry, you got to go back to it.
I have to go back to it. Did I miss it?
You missed it. It was so funny, and now I don't even know.
How far back was it? I'm lost. It might
Oh,
actually be down here.
oh,
Just forget it. I'll find
Just
it.
re-say the
Rico.
comment.
Okay.
Well, hey,
I
Matt.
think I lost it. All right.
Oh,
Scroll.
yeah,
I got to do Reggie. Scrolling. But hey, while I'm looking for this, next Friday, Joe Anachronic Comics on his YouTube channel, he is having a birthday bash. Okay, he's going to be giving away presents on his own birthday party. So if you want to join a live stream and you have something to give out to the community to share, absolutely get a hold of Joe and make sure that you can be a part of the community or part of a community show that gives back. Okay, so looking forward to Joe's show. It's going to be Friday the 13th at 9:00. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there because I have I'll be at work. Okay, but I might be able to make the end of the show.
So
Awesome.
we, barring any unfortunate cosplay incidents, we plan on being at Joe's live. We're super excited. So I'm going to tease a slab that we're going to give away in celebration of Joe's birthday. All right. Now, remember, I called him young, but I thought when I saw my Turok #1 yellow label and I saw dinosaurs, I'm saying Joe's young, but dinosaurs reminded me of Joe's birthday. There's no
They were
correlation.
still around when he was a kid.
Brian's here. Brian from the LCS is here.
So come and join us, and Joe will be giving this away to celebrate his birthday.
Joe's
All
an
right.
awesome dude. That is an awesome slab giveaway right there. But
All right.
Joe has a question. Stan Lee's signatures in his final years was a bit shaky. Do you take the quality of the signature into account when purchasing one of the Spider-Man comics for your 1 to 100 run?
I do, and it definitely impacts the price. If you could make us big for a second, I have an example of a Stan Lee signature. It was done in September of 2008. 18, I'm sorry. Pardon me. And it's the worst signature I have. And it definitely hurts the book, right? That is not a great Stanley signature, to say the least.
You really gotta find it. It's really camouflaged in there.
It's not even its location.
You know?
The S is not legible. It's just not a great signature. So
No, it's
The
not.
third arm there.
hold on
Seriously,
now.
look at it.
Okay, you can not make us big anymore. Now, Stephanie, again, one day we're going to want to sell this comic book. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying,
So
right?
we're going to have to, but Joe's right, especially with the 1 through 100. I definitely pay very close attention to the signature placement, clarity, and sometimes some of the non-key books, there is a very small amount of books that Stanley signed on the census. So I have to, I might purchase a book and I'm not thrilled with the signature, and it's just on my radar that I might upgrade it later. But I've at least checked off that book and it met all my other price parameters and target of opportunity. So it's a balancing act, but that's a great question.
But little do you know, you do not have a signed slab of number 7, ASM number 78. There are currently 14 signed slabs of number 78. I don't know how many of them are signed by Stan Lee, but I have 12 of them, and I'm never selling them. And so I'm on the lookout for the other 2, and you would never complete your goal ever.
Woo!
You're killing me, Matt. I had this riddle. I love doing these riddles.
You bring back another stamp, and you've never seen them.
I love doing these riddles with the kids, and there was one about like this very rare stamp that was, you know, the detective found it burned, the ashes burned in the fireplace, and it was like, what was the motive behind burning that, you know, stamp? It was like the owner of it, and it's because there were only 2 and he owned the other one, you know. So I'll tell you this, Matt. You made one sort of side comment in your joke that's very critical. I reached out to CGC and I wanted to ask them, like, can you crunch the numbers and tell me how many yellow label witness signed Stanley books there are? And they were like, no, we cannot tell you that. And when I do go look at the census, I just see that there are 48 yellow label of Amazing Spider-Man, you know, whatever, pick a number.
Yeah.
64. And that doesn't mean they were all signed by Stan Lee. It might be John.
No, it could have been John Romita or somebody. Yeah.
So, yeah, I have to pounce sometimes and just, I'll be like, in the future, I've got time. So, all right, enough about me. What do you got, Matt? What else you got? You got anything?
Chuck Hensley, who is a super awesome guy, he wrote, Joe might see the Flintstones as reality TV.
That's mean.
Poor
That's
Joe.
so mean. Joe, we love you.
We love you, Joe.
Joe, you are an awesome, awesome dude. And I've told this story before. Joe and I got to spend some time in Providence, Rhode Island. And we were walking like in this big giant shopping mall in the middle of downtown. We're going through these city streets, and you know, and I'm like, all right, I'm with this 70-plus-year-old guy. And now I'm like thinking I need to go slow. No, Joe is like motoring around, and like that guy is in shape, and he is a mover. Okay, like nothing slows Joe down. Moss does not grow under his feet. So I'm kind of impressed with Joe. My son and I did a Grand Canyon hike a couple years ago. And my son was supposed to go. That was what he wanted to do for his 16th birthday. Now we went and he ended up getting super sick on that trip. And no, it wasn't COVID. He was tested, but he was still sick. I mean, he was like, he was pretty sick. But anyhow, he didn't go. I went myself. Joe could have made that trip with me, and I would have been having to keep up with him. Like the guy was just, He's in super good shape. Many channels. Jefferson's is educational, okay?
Can I say, Matt? I saw Phil Tastic asked a question for me. He asked if I saw the Scarlet Witch series, the variants come out for Scarlet Witch this week.
Let me find it. I had to scroll. I missed it.
It's way back
She
there.
just said it, so you don't need to pull it up. But did you see them?
Anyway, I did see them at the comic book store when I was there. Just hanging out. And I really was. I looked at them and I was like, "Ooh, I really love Scarlet Witch so much." I really was waiting to be impressed, and I really was not.
No.
And then none of them were like blowing me away or anything. I wasn't like, "Oh my god!"
So, just so you guys know, Madam grew up in Wisconsin, and they did not drink a lot of Kool-Aid when they were children. So, Madam doesn't drink the Kool-Aid. No, I guess she wasn't impressed, but she did walk away with this comic book.
I did.
Because
that is just fire.
Yes. Woo! Now, look, guys, we passed on buying this. Could have been the original art cover that this was the first one we could have purchased. But Madam wanted to wait. And so we got the other one that we've shown off in a prior video. Just a little side note.
Right. Yeah. This is awesome. I love this.
You're also the original art guy, okay?
Well, you're catching up to me. You've got a couple pieces.
I do. Okay, one of them you sent me. I showed that on previous videos, but super dope. Now, you're trying to get me to buy a Conan original art one of these days, okay? One of these days. I don't know when, but one of these days I'm going to pull the trigger on one of those pieces you show me.
Is it Barry Windsor Smith?
I don't actually have a Barry Windsor Smith signature. That would be pretty dope. I don't know. Does he still do shows or anything? Now, I know he came out with a new book not too long ago, Monsters or something, but is he still active even? That's a question I should probably know.
Yep, that's your lane.
Ooh,
I don't know, but I noticed that Dave Broughton and Joe from Anaconda Comics both say they have Wisconsin ties from Eau Claire and other places. I just want to say, like, I went to school in Madison and I grew up in Racine, so I know where all those places are.
You're all a bunch of cheeseheads.
It's awesome. There's good people there. Good people in Wisconsin.
There are 6 states in the United States of America that I've never stepped foot into. Wisconsin is one of those states, and it's not that far from me. I don't know why I've never got there yet, but one of these days. I missed a comment. I saw Joe. Joe loves Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
So, Matt, I saw on Instagram that Frog Boy had posted that we just wanted to say, hope he's doing well and all that. We're big fans.
Actually, I talked to Mark today, and he's been sick, but he actually said he's excited to get back, into painting. He just, when you're sick, you're sick. And I think we all can understand that. So, I think he might, and I might be putting words in his mouth, but I think he might be worried that people are upset or anything. But we're human beings too. We understand. So, that guy, he can, take his time. And honestly, I don't think people want him to paint while he's ill under the weather. Want him to paint healthy. So, he keeps his high standards. And do you have a commission on the way?
We're in the second line. We got the web of one.
Yeah.
And I immediately, when it arrived, I was like, oh my God, this is the real deal. So I was like, let me get back in line. And it's like, the line got pretty long on you. And I'm like, well, let me get in there. So
I have a commission coming, but I have no idea where I'm at in the line. I'm sure that I'm, a long way off, but that's all right. Whenever somebody, a creator, is busy, that means they're good. Okay. Whether it's a sculpture that's going to be put down in an Air Force base in Florida, of EOD technician, or if you're painting commissions of comic book covers, if you got a long line, that means you're really good at what you're doing. And anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Madam Blaster is a sculptor, and she does commissions all over the country, and some of them are flat out amazing. She has one of an EOD technician holding a flag, and how tall is this thing? It looks to be like 10 foot tall. That thing is
about
giant.
7 feet tall, I think. Yeah.
7 feet tall. It is giant, and it's amazing. And right now it's down in Eglin Air Force Base. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, man.
The next time I'm down there, I'm going to scour that entire base. And it's really no. Eglin is a giant Air Force Base. Now I'm thinking about, but I will find that sculpture, and then I'm probably going to take a hammer and take a piece away out of it. So.
All right, I'm getting the pitchfork back out now.
Honestly, Matt, if you just take your glasses off and you say, "I'm Steve Hunter," they're going to let you. They're like, "Come on through, sir."
Oh, right. Oh, I'm sure.
Hey, I'm Steve Hunter, and my wife did this. Yes. No, we won't do that. Oh, here's a question. Ooh, what's the first piece of OA you ever purchased?
Good question. Fantastic, good question.
That is a good question. There's an internal debate in my mind. I have a rampaging Hulk where Herb Trimpe did Iron Man and the Hulk that I bought off of eBay, which is fantastic. I think it has rocket skates to boot, and it says Stark. Now I'm going to have to post that up on Instagram after this. I have that, and I have a Miko Soyan Punisher Daredevil, and I bought one of those two is the first one. It happened pretty quickly. I just didn't keep good records because they're kept up in here. But honestly, I was hunting eBay for comic books, and when I stumbled across this and realized I could own an original page from, a comic book, that was it. It was over. And I went hard in the paint there for a while, but gets expensive.
Marek has a question. He says, is there a go-to source for purchasing original art besides eBay?
Definitely. There's a website called Comic Art Fans, CAF for short, it's referred to. And that's where everybody goes and posts their virtual portfolios, and they sell stuff on there. And all on the left and right side of that are all the major art vendors. Ramita Man. I could go, the list is astronomical, but that's your one-stop shop. And then, of course, the major auction houses, right? They'll have comic book lots, the graded slabs, and they have original art. And I've purchased through the vendors directly. I've traded and purchased with people on CAF, directly. There's a trust but verify situation there. And the auction houses. So in eBay, there's plenty of places to go.
But hey, Trev, I don't think we're allowed to call people names like that here on this channel.
Matt Woods, you're in trouble.
But I'm so far behind on the chat. But Steve White has a Barry Windsor Smith signed book, and I'm really far behind.
All right, I'll help you keep up, Matt. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, right here. Okay. That was the question you just answered. Guys, this has been an awesome chat all day long. Okay. Sorry, Doug. Trev, you're the guy who's really in trouble. But
Matt, right before we went on, you were saying some things, and I was like, this video is not made for children.
Definitely not made for children. Okay. But guys, I don't know. This has been a really good first episode. I don't know. We may switch times or whenever we can, but I don't know. I think we might need to do this a few more times. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a good
what's
question,
y'all's
Tom.
favorite piece? Comic books or original art?
Is that well? Do you
That's
have
for-
some?
that's-
It's
you
for
go
me.
first.
I'll
You
go first. It's original art for sure, and then that is so hard. I'm teetering between. I have a piece of from the Wizard or half of the Max. I love the Max. Okay, from Liquid Television, Sam Keith. I'm a big Sam Keith. So I have a piece from that is pretty special. But the Punisher 102 cover with Bullseye is so like iconic's not the right word, but it's known.
But it is.
And it sears into your brain. Man, it's a toss up. Those would be the last 2 pages to go, So
Doug Brown has a comment on here, and Doug, that's already been going through my head ever since Wednesday night.
oh, yeah. Except for the drill weekends. That might not fly. One Sunday a month, Doug might have to fill in for me.
Oh, we could do that.
I really feel like I really like that artist who did the OA, who was by our bathroom on the way to the bathroom in the hallway over there. Remember? Jose, what was his name?
Jose
Not to put
Luis
you on the spot.
Garcia or so. Well,
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
and
do.
I really liked his OA, and I was very impressed by it. And I was very like, wow, like these comic book artists are real artists, They're really like they're producing this amazing art, and I really appreciated it when it was up on the wall.
Yeah, I sold it.
Son. Hey, you got to keep the powder dry, and you got to keep that keg filled up so you can fire whenever an opportunity comes. But
yes,
I like this
Jose
comment.
Luis Garcia. Yes, Lopez is amazing. Yes, that's Dave. Yeah.
But Joe, this is the child of the comic book crowd, okay? Joe is the one who inspired us to do this.
Well, we would have stayed within our lane, but Joe went out and courted some new friends that like DC, and he went off and branched off. And then me and Matt Woods said, you know what? We can do
We
that.
got cheated on. We absolutely got cheated on. I mean, we were loyal. We were faithful. We're hardworking. We were out there working every day. We come home. There's somebody else in our spot. Okay, so Joe, this is the child of the comic book crowd, but we had to take action whenever you were not being faithful with us.
That's right.
Ooh, did you get the Max cassette tape back in the day?
I mean, I had a VHS Liquid Television that had the Eon Flux and the Max, and I had that. Is that what you're referring to?
I'm not sure what he's referring to, actually.
That was Garcia, I think.
Max is one of those characters I know was a Image comic book, but I don't think I have a couple of them, but I don't think I've ever actually read a Max comic book.
It's a little trippy. The art's ridiculously cool.
Ooh.
The neat thing is Sam Keith he has it. I mean, this is stuff I read on the internet. Who knows if any of this is accurate, but it's not out there on the market. Let's just put it that way. That Wizard half, the whole book got sold, and all those pages are out on the open market. And I have in the line of the pages, it's the first time the Max shows up, I believe. So it's just a pretty unique piece to have. There aren't a lot of people out there who are into the Max, I'm afraid, but I think it's really cool.
But Delia Gunderson, one of the main artists for Isolation, Doug's saying that she has some pages going up for sale next week. And sweet. I'll be honest with you, I didn't buy any of the OA from issue 1. I actually think some of the art in issue 2 is better than the art in issue 1. So there's an opportunity for a lot of people to pick up original art.
And it goes quick. I remember Matt, we were
Number
texting
one.
and the OA was getting snapped up quick. So you're right about that.
Tina's a big fan of Delia Gunnarson's art.
Really? Cool.
Yep.
I loved her bookshelves with her big library,
Yeah.
splash page. Yeah, that was so cool.
Stephanie's a fan. Loved going to Garage Con and getting a little read ahead on issue 2. That story's so it's good. It's good. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Now I read issue 2. I feel like, well, it has been almost 2 months ago, and it's just now coming out. So because we were at Garage Con, we got to sneak peek of it. But I have a few of those books floating around here somewhere. Actually, I think right here. Yep.
I got my notification from Reggie that like my books are shipped, and I'm like, I can't remember what I ordered.
It's been a while, but this is a secret blood variant that I was able to pick up at Garage Con. I lucked out into that one. Oh, sorry. There you go, madam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very Art Nouveau.
I love this shiny virgin cover. And then, is this a Patreon cover? I think it is.
I don't think
This is a
It was there.
Was
That I love that cover. Yeah.
yeah. I have the exclusive sticker, but Reggie asked me if I wanted it on, and I don't know if CGC will take points off or grade off of a book that has a sticker. I don't know that answer, so he ripped it off and just gave me the sticker. So if I want to put it on, I can.
Well, Matt, think about those cars with those bumper stickers on them.
It drives me up the wall.
No,
Okay?
thank you. Well, there you go. There's your answer.
Yeah. Well, I'm very consistent about my stickers in wrong places. Okay. So, isolation right here.
I had a great idea for you, honey.
Oh, what's
don't
that?
Like impromptu ideas.
No, I'm
live
serious.
on
I've been
camera.
thinking about this for a while, and I was thinking like maybe like during the summer when you have a little bit of time off or taking some vacation time, maybe it'd be a good idea for us to organize your collection a little bit.
I'm
Like
not.
both of us. Would you like that?
I'm
Like,
not a teacher.
We both get in there.
I don't get the summers off.
You get
So-
30 days of paid leave a year. Don't give me that crap.
So you want me to take my hard-earned military leave to organize a perfectly unorganized pile
Perfect,
of comic books? I don't understand that are just going to get unorganized after the 3-day, 5-day long organization. I don't know.
I tell you what, I'm telling you right now, there's a sense of satisfaction of being able to go into your collection and pulling out a book and knowing exactly where it's at, or you can spend all day long sweating looking for an ASM 110 that you had slabbed. Yeah, you can go your route, but there might be another way of going about that.
But Matt, think about this. You go into the closet, you grab any given short box, you go 3 down, 4 over, you pull it out, and
who knows what you got?
who knows what's in there, what kind of magic in what random order that you might run into some old school Fantastic Four, then you might hit some modern Venom, and then you might jump over to some Hulk. I mean, it's
All right,
Thunderdome.
Let's put this in another scenario where it's fun to be surprised, okay? You're in a church and you're walking down the aisle and there's this song playing, okay? And actually you're standing there and there's some woman walking towards you in a veil. You can't see her because it's going to be a surprise. You've never seen your bride until she takes the veil off right before you marry her. And she's not what you were looking for. Do you really want to be surprised in everything you do in life? Sometimes it's nice to know what you're getting into before you get into it.
Well, if that veiled woman had an ASM 129 that I could see,
Keep her.
I might go for it. I'm just saying. Now, Matt,
wait, time out. Any single men or even married men that are in the chat, if you just saw how smooth Steve turned that around and played that off, that man gets props, okay? Like, we're not worthy, brother. You know how to play the marriage game, okay? Excellent job.
Somewhere in the comments, Doug had said that they asked CGC. There it is. Yep.
Oh, see, I'm glad I didn't get that sticker on her, Dougie.
All right.
Oh, that's where you got to retire from the military.
There's a lot of, it's crazy. I could retire, right, Matt? You know that. And it's like, yeah.
He can't retire. Let's be honest.
Why can't I? I mean, I'm going to have to work. The way we throw retire around in the military, it's like, I'm not going to, I'm 47. I'm not going to work ever again for the rest of my life. Like, no.
Yeah, my retirement, guys, I still work 3 jobs, okay? I work as a teacher, I'm an athletic director, and I'm a softball coach. Okay, now don't get me wrong, they're not 3 full-time jobs, but yeah, I'm not giving up work. Like retiring from the military does not mean that you're, just doing nothing, kicking back and watching television during the day.
I'm scared, Matt. I would not know what clothes to put on every day, right?
You just put on the same clothes you've been putting on, like every single day of your life. Like there's no vacation days with Steven's wardrobe. Like every day is work day.
I don't wear camouflage on the weekend.
People in the chat, I'm just giving you an idea about active duty military life. You go to work with the same clothes on day after day after day, and you have a closet full of the exact same clothes, okay? You wear the same T-shirts, the same color T-shirts, the uniform on the outside. It looks all the same. Like you have a closet full of like a dozen sets of clothes that are the exact same set of clothes. And you'll wear your T-shirts all day long. You'll wear the same T-shirts on the weekend, because you will have 20 of the exact same T-shirt. It'll be different shirts. You're not wearing dirty clothes day after day, but you just get used to that life. Steve, I'm going to tell you something. I went through, since I'm not in the military, I had drawers just full of military crap, okay? Like, I probably had 30 pair of wool socks. I have no idea why I had 30 pair of wool socks, but I'm like, hey, man, if I get deployed again, I'd rather have more socks than I need. Stuff like that. I just went through my clothes. Dude, I just started throwing stuff away, okay? I have a burn barrel where I burn my garbage in my backyard. Yeah, that thing, I had a giant bonfire of old military clothes that I will never wear again. So I'm like, it's time. And they weren't good enough to go to Goodwill or anything. So I sacrificed them to the bonfire. It was a liberating experience, let me tell you.
I can think of a lot of things I'd like to sacrifice to the bonfire in terms of comments right now. So,
whoa! I thought she was going to say, she was complaining there's bags of military stuff in the garage, and she's like, you want to get rid of some stuff, get rid of that. I'm like, I'm still in the military, honey. But she just said bonfire and comic books. I think Madam's getting a little out of hand.
Well, he did ask. He was starting a bonfire the other night, and he did ask me for some dry paper, to twist up. And I just thought of like, what about those comics? Like that would be a great thing to twist up. But that.
Hey, here's a great comment. And I actually wanted to talk about Gino Presents. Okay, he does a great show. Listen, Dave, I apologize. He does a Friday night hangouts on his show. It's a lot of fun. A lot of great people show up to it. If you guys ever on a Friday night, go to Gino Presents YouTube channel. And he usually starts them at 8 o'clock. It's a great time, just good people. And he's so absolutely entertaining. So I do apologize, Dave, because this is his time slot, but we were experimenting with this video to see how it would work. Sock puppets. No, I got rid of my socks, Phil. But guys, we've been on for over an hour, and I'm not gonna be able to get to all these comments. But guys, I want to thank everyone for showing up. Steve, Stephanie, you want to tell anyone about any upcoming events that you may have?
Yeah, definitely. Real quick, I wanted to say Genome did an amazing Tron video last year. If you love the movie Tron, the original, go to his channel. It's fantastic. And then Tina asked, I want to say hi to Tina directly. And then she asked me, how do I know what to do in an emergency?
Do you know which box to grab?
I awesome. Tell Stephanie this. Okay, first, something bad happens to me, Matt. Stephanie's calling you. All right. So I've got 10,000 plus raw comic books. The raw comic books, I tell Stephanie, don't worry about.
Why does he tell me this, Stephanie?
So the original art is in the gun safe. So it's all in one spot, Tina. I would grab that. It's in portfolios. That's a one thing grab. And then the signed Stan Lee books are in the black plastic. I only have like 200. I need to grab 2 slab things, and then the children, and then Stephanie in this order.
Goddamn.
Woo!
That's horrible. That's horrible of you.
And then call Matt Woods. Okay, but this was awesome. Thanks everybody for coming out. We totally are stepping on other channels on a Friday night. So thanks for being here. Dope Comics, Dope on Dope Comics sent us a AOK, and we're gonna end this and we're gonna shoot that and post it this weekend. So
and we're gonna be in Gary B's thing eventually sometime.
We're gonna do Joe's birthday. Yeah. We're lined up to get in the hot seat, Gary B's hot seat, which we watched the other night with Seth Vaughn.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Scotty, yeah, it's awesome.
Or Scotty Vaughn. I'm sorry, not
Seth. Scotty Vaughn. Yep.
Scott.
That was fun.
Yeah,
we're nervous. It's called the hot seat. It's in the name. Very enlightening. So I'm going to start hydrating, and then we want to do something with Phil, and we want to do something with Brian, LCS. So that's us.
But you guys got a lot lined up. I got it on my channel. I haven't filmed it yet, but I do a room tour video every year because, well, the room changes, and sometimes some of my subscribers never saw the old videos. So this weekend, I'm going to be filming a room tour and posting that early next week. So, but I don't know, guys. I feel like this show is a success, and we have so many friends in the community that we can invite on to the Comic Book Marauders, which, not going to lie, it's kind of like the baby comic book crowd show. Okay. So we'll call ourselves Little Comic Book Crowd. Okay. But hey, I want to thank everybody for showing up. And before we go, I want to hear the famous saying from the Blasters. What is it? Buy what you like what you own.
Madam, do you want to try it?
No, I don't.
She doesn't even know what it is.
Honey, that's why it's not my
Buy the comic book that you love and love what you own. You can fall out now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Matt Woods.